guys, today we're heading on a tour towards Noryangjin Fish Market. So we're gonna head both towards the new and the old fish market. So here is where we are currently at. I'm currently at the subway station right outside the exit. So you are here. So Noryangjin Fish Market, here is the new section. The old section is probably somewhere along here, probably like right next door or over here. But I'll probably take a look at both fish markets and then we'll check out some delicious seafood today. So what you have to do is go past by an underground tunnel. This tunnel is full of street vendors that are selling produce. Looks like everybody just hangs up their stuff up here. Or maybe she's selling those. So what we have right here is the new Noryangjin Fish Market, and literally right across the street is the old fish market. So you see a pretty big difference between how the new building is and how the old building is. So there's actually quite a lot of controversy between the old and the new fish market. So with my amazing Google skills, I'm gonna throw some knowledge at you guys. So between the old and the new fish market, they wanted all the old vendors to move to the new building, but the problem is a couple things. So one, they wanted to raise the rent prices. So nobody wants raised rent prices, that's just horrible. Two is they also reduced their space that they were allotted. And three, a lot of the vendors worry that the traditional feel of the market would lose its touch, because what I'll show you is that the market is very modernized in the new building. If you're planning on heading into Noryangjin Fish Market, wear some old clothes and some shoes that you don't mind getting dirty, because we are entering a fish market, so there might be some smells or you might get wet. I'm getting a little bit hungry, so we're gonna have to go pick some seafood. But what I have my eyes set on for today is number one, abalone. Two is some type of crab. So usually in the US, I usually have some type of blue crab, but here I noticed there's a couple different variety of crabs, so I definitely want to get crabs for sure. And abalone is a lot cheaper here than it is back in the United States. So let's go down and go pick up some seafood. So what you'll immediately see is there's tons of vendors here along this entire market. Pretty much the selection is almost the same throughout all of them. Prices roughly average about the same, but what will be the difference is how well you bargain with them. So what they quoted them per huge crab like that is 58,000 won. I think that's quite expensive, seeing how I don't think those are native crabs to Korea. From what I was reading, those crabs are actually imported from Russia. So take your pick whether or not you want to buy some expensive seafood. You'll definitely see a lot of these guys riding motorcycles, so they deliver ice and stuff. Since the temperature of the fish has to be kept cold, otherwise bacteria forms. So I think these are eels. And then here we have oysters. Here we have variety of crab. These lobsters have to be at least 5 pounds. They're huge. But they're imported. So are these crabs as well, they're imported. So we got some octopus. Oh, and there's the penis fish, kebab. So they have a wide variety of fish in these tanks. And you can order and they can make sashimi there too. So I asked for a discount for this, so I got a discount off oysters. And then she gave me a discount off the crab, so it's 10,000 won. And then I got abalone too, so 4 for 10. Oh, 감사합니다.
Have a good lunch.
Oh, thank you. So we got our food, and then now we're gonna get it prepared. So she called someone over, and then we're gonna follow him to the restaurant where we're gonna eat. So what you do is you put your shoes in this bag. Okay, so we're getting seated. They have mats under the table, so you can sit down on. And then they have my seafood, so they're gonna probably prepare for me. Some of this stuff is already raw, so they'll probably just cut it up. But we're gonna eat pretty soon. But what happens is they're gonna give you these sides, like lettuce. This is like doenjang, I think. And then here's like the garlic and peppers. But they're gonna charge you for sitting here to eat. Once they prepare your food, they're also gonna charge you again for certain dishes. So if you steam it, grill it, they're gonna charge you for each. It's like, I think it's between 5,000, 8,000 won per dish, depending on how many you get. And then if you want to order drinks, you can order drinks as well. So here's our oysters that we got. And then here's our sannakji. It's still moving a little bit. If I move it a little bit, it probably squirms more. There we go, it's still squirming. What we're gonna do with the sannakji is we're gonna take this piece. Oh, it's kind of hard to grip. Okay. Oh, this is such a big piece. They didn't cut it very well. We're going to take another piece of our octopus, dip it in some sesame salt. Cheers. So like the texture of this, you can definitely feel like the octopus like clinging to your mouth with its suction cups, but it's a very clean taste, and if you like seafood, this is definitely worth a try. This is my garlic spicy. It's my second time having sannakji. First time I had it was with Peter, but I kind of forgot to record my like reaction of it, eating it. But I had similar reaction. I thought it was really good, but like I thought it was impossible to hold sannakji with chopsticks, seeing how it squirms a lot. So I found out if you get a spoon, it's a lot easier. Next thing we're gonna eat is our oysters. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 9 oysters for 5,000 won. Oysters over here are very cheap, but I don't know if they taste similar to like oysters in the US, but they're pretty big. Okay, got my oyster out of the shell, basically. We're gonna eat it. Very, very clean taste. For some oysters I've had, it was really salty, but this one's like, it's very sweet. Although I can't tell you what kind of breed of oyster this is or where it's from, I think it's very good. Definitely worth the price. But instead they have like this spicy sauce. So in these red bottles, it's like, I believe a cho gochujang. So it's like gochujang but mixed with like a vinegar and sugar as well. Really good. Look at this oyster, it's like, it's beautiful. And then I add some sauce. This is the cho gochujang sauce. It's not a real spicy sauce, it's a little bit sweet and it has a little kick at the end, but it's really good with the oyster. So here we have is our grilled abalone. We have two more abalones left. I'm gonna sacrifice one and try it with this chocoju sauce. So good. I think what would make it killer if they grilled the abalone but they put a little bit of butter in it would be legit. So one thing I was hoping to find was some uni. Unfortunately, I didn't really see any uni in the old Noryangjin Fish Market, but maybe if I go to the new one, they'll have some uni there. So I definitely want to try some Korean uni to see what it's all about. But the only thing we're waiting for now is our steamed crab, so I got 2. So we're just waiting for that, and then it should be good. But overall, the oysters were good, abalone was good, sannakji was good. Enjoying the experience thoroughly. Plus, I had to barter a little bit. I don't know if I was the best barterer or the best bargain hunter, but the second crab, she said it was 13,000 won. So I was like 10,000 won. And then, because that's all I had. I was like, I only had 10,000 won. So she's like, okay, 10,000 won. So I got 3,000 discount off that one crab. The second crab that I got was discounted 10,000 won. And then I asked her for the plate of oysters to be 4,000 won. So if I add that up, so that's what, 3, 4, 5. So I got about a 6,000 won discount for what I paid for. But what we're gonna look through next is the crab that I bought here. So these are the 2 crabs that I got. Maybe I should make the title or make this into a thumbnail, like I got crabs in Korea. Not that kind of crabs, but these kind of crabs. Since crab is very messy to eat, I'll probably show you the opening of the crab and then I'll put it back on the table, seeing how I can't record and actually eat crab without using both of my hands. But it's pretty hot still. I'm gonna show you how to bust open a crab. You wanna like rip this back part off. So after you rip that back part off, what we're gonna do now is like open it. But since it's so hot, I'm gonna use a spoon because I'm weak. Oh, it's really hot. But here we have like the crab innards. You can make it into rice and stuff, but I like to drink the broth. And then you're gonna basically peel out the crab. Have you ever seen like crab guts or anything? That's where it's at. So sorry if you're like definitely grossed out. You really do have to eat with your hands when you eat crab. And then plus like, it's really messy. Oh, so here we have the claw, the meat's coming out. Yeah. Crab's good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna break into the shell. So you want to break it down in half. You want to break it down in half along here. Just bend it back and forth, and then you broke it in half. This part, I think these are like its lungs and gills and stuff. You don't want to eat that. That's what my mom always told me. So you want to like rip it off. They rip apart really easily. And then within here is the meat. You can break this in half like this way, and then you can pull out the meat inside. So you can grab like the pieces of meat from the crab. It should pull out pretty easily, and then just eat it. Pretty much finished eating. It was actually very delicious. Probably one of my top meals I've had in Korea so far. But for the most part, my hands are like super dirty still. But pro tip, so when you're traveling and going out and about, bring like a pack of wet naps with you, or like Perel even. If you don't want to bring Perel because it's liquid, bring the wet naps, it's a lot easier. So you can carry it around and then have multiple. So I have to get mine out of my bag actually. But I'm sure they have bathroom too. But it's a lot easier for me to just pull out this wet nap and then touch my camera afterwards. Seeing how I've been trying to eat and like clean at the same time, it gets really messy. So here's new Noryangjin Fish Market. Here's old Noryangjin Fish Market. And if you don't want seafood, they have fried vegetables and stuff across the street. Oh, I definitely could probably try a little bit of fried seafood. That sounds good. It's not fish and chips, but you know, I should ask her how much. How much?
10,000.
10,000 for one?
One pack.
Oh, one pack 10,000? How much is this one?
10,000.
Oh, 10, 10, 10, 10. Ah. Okay, so this is 10,000 for each pack. And it's assorted fried seafood. I think I'm gonna get one pack of this. It's soft shell crab. Ooh, so they fry all these crabs. I just had seafood feast, but I want some fried soft shell crabs. This whole basket is 10 bucks. Well, 8 bucks in the US.
야, 갈비 시켜놔? 뭐 시켜? 캐비 시켜놔야 될 것 같은데? 뭐 먹을래?
So she's gonna sprinkle some house powder on it. What I have here is my flash fried soft shell crab. It's literally like a whole bunch of baby crabs. I got so much crabs in Korea. I'm gonna eat it. What's nice about eating this, like at first, I kind of thought about like, oh, what if they didn't remove the part where I usually throw it away? They took off the cover of it, and then they throw away like that lung gill part that you don't want to eat. So it's nice. They do it for every single one of these tiny crabs. It must be a pain to do this. Definitely kind of like a crab chip. Have you ever had like crab flavored chips? This is what a crab flavored chip should taste like. Exactly like crab, a little bit of crunch, and then that seasoning, there's a little bit of salt on it. Tastes so good. Okay, so where we're heading to now is the new Noryangjin Fish Market. So we're gonna take a peek at what's inside. Ooh, so far, initial impressions, this place is pretty big. Like, there's a lot of seafood here. It's much cleaner. It's probably a lot slipperier too since the floor is made out of different material. We're looking for one thing. I'm looking for uni, so I definitely have to get some uni here before I leave. Similar offering. You have assorted shellfish here in these tanks. They have some super huge fish here. I think this is Korean pufferfish. It's called bogo. But these are different from regular wild pufferfish, but because I think these are bred to not produce the poison and have the spiky spikes that are on the fish. So these are much safer to eat. But if you want real pufferfish that has the poison just for the thrill of it, you're gonna have to find it somewhere else. Definitely in this market though, the air is a lot cleaner. Yes, you can still smell the fish, but it's not as strong as in the old market. The light's a lot brighter, it feels a little bit cleaner, but I think the traditional feel of the old market, I like the charms of it better. What I think I'll do is I'll probably check out the abalone because I got 4 for 10,000. So we'll see whether or not they'll overcharge me here. Oh, I was gonna get uni, but I'm so sad. I asked a couple of vendors, they said it's not in season right now. Who would have thought there was a season for uni? So I guess I can't have any Korean uni here. Whoa, this fish is interesting. They literally just got this. Okay, so a couple tips if you're planning on going to visit Noryangjin Fish Market. So number 1, wear some shoes and clothes that you don't mind getting a little bit dirty or having your clothes smell a little bit fishy. So for the most part, I'm used to it. I'm okay with the smell of fish markets and whatnot. But if you don't enjoy the smell, maybe this is not the place for you. Or if you don't like to see fish guts or fish getting cut open, maybe this is not the place for you. But for me, I actually enjoy these types of places a lot to get fresh seafood. Number 2, so when you're coming to Noryangjin Fish Market, I would advise you to bring a good amount of cash. Some places take card. I would ask first if they take card. If they don't, then you're gonna have to pay in cash. Number 3, when you're actually purchasing fish and seafood there, don't be afraid to bargain. So whether you want to use body language or definitely pull out a calculator for the price. So they can, I think they speak enough English where they can know the price and how to communicate with you. Like, this is 12,000, this is 15,000. But if you type them a different price, let's say it's 15,000, maybe you want to undercut them by 3,000 won, type 12,000 instead. They'll tell you yes or no, or they'll give you a new price. But I do know if you buy more, you'll most likely be able to get a bigger discount. So I asked her for a crab. I said how much? She said 12,000. She weighed it, and then I said 10. She said okay. I asked her for a plate of oysters as well, and then I also added in the abalone, and then she gave me a discount on that. And then at the end I was like, oh wait, let me get one more crab. Let me get one more crab. And then she said 13, and I was like, oh, I only have 10 because I did really only have 10,000 won. So then she's like, okay, 10,000 won, I'll take it. So you can definitely negotiate a bit lower than the price. So don't pay the full amount. Like, try to bargain a little bit, even if it's like 5 or 10,000 won, because you know that's another dish that you can try. And another tip, if you're visiting Noryangjin Fish Market, if you want to participate in the auction, you have to get here early, 3 a.m. So I would actually probably stay nearby the area, maybe find a place that's a 24-hour restaurant. If you want to eat beforehand, drink a couple beers, and then wait till 3 a.m., then come over to Noryangjin, and then just to experience the auction, go for it. This place is actually open 24 hours. I'm not sure about all the restaurant places if they're open 24 hours, so if it's the restaurant, maybe you might have to wait closer towards lunchtime. But I do know you can get sashimi for breakfast, but I don't know about it at 3 a.m. But that concludes our tour of Noryangjin Fish Market. I hope you enjoyed it, and then stay tuned for another night in Seoul. Bye!